This is Brother Loren Larson, and I welcome you today to a look at our syllabus for the book of Acts in the fall of 2014. Right now, you are looking at a YouTube video that will help you understand what your responsibilities will be for the book of Acts in the next 4 months. As a freshman, one of the things that I try to encourage you in over and over again is, even while you're hearing a lot of assignments given and a lot about assignments, don't panic. They'll all fall into place where they need to be. But the syllabus is where we cover all the responsibilities that you'll have during the course of the semester. And to make this a successful viewing for you, you'll need 4 documents, all of which you should have already received in your first class with me in the book of Acts. You'll need, number 1, your syllabus, handout of the syllabus, and we have that here on the screen for you, and we'll be traveling through that and discussing what's on the syllabus. Number 2, you should have a reading schedule that you picked up here again from the first class. Number 3, you should have a background assignment, information sheet, and example. And fourthly, you should have an outline information sheet. So 4 things: the actual syllabus, a reading schedule for the book of Acts, and then the background information, and as well your outline information sheet, all 4. If we look at the course description, we'll find that this is going to be a concentrated expositional study of Acts 1 through 12. Now, because we have limited time, there will be times that I won't be able to travel verse by verse through Acts 1 through 12. Well, we should understand that. It just simply takes up too much time to try to get it all done that way. We'll run out of time. So there'll be segments of Acts that I'll have to move through quite rapidly, but we do believe that a combination of commentaries and expository notes will be at your they will be available for you, and you'll be able to get the teaching that you need that way. So we'll be covering Acts 1 through 12 in Acts Part 1. You're going to need the Bible. I'll be teaching and preaching, and we'll be studying from the King James Version, and I'm going to ask you to answer all questions in regard to text, in regard to that particular version. Also, number 2, you're going to need a copy of the Expositor Study Bible. In this case, of course, you could use the New Testament, or you could use a full Bible. It's entirely up to you. But part of your reading will require not only the King James Version text, but the Expositor Study Bible and notes as well. Thirdly, you are required to buy the Jimmy Swaggart Bible commentary on the book of Acts. And while it's a little bit over what I normally would assign a student for reading, I want you to get the advantage of having a true Pentecostal author write to you about the book of Acts. And Brother Swaggart is one of the few Pentecostal authors there that maintain the same thought processes as the forefathers of Pentecost as it came to us in this continent in the 20th century and beyond. So we want to see the book of Acts as written by Brother Swaggart, and you will have need of that. So 3 things, and you can, of course, the Expositor Study Bible is a King James Version, but at the same time, if you want to separate simple reading, it might be easier for you to bring to class a Bible, the King James Version, and or read your text, King James Version. The reading, if you'll follow me on this, the reading that is required is that you'll be required to read the book of Acts 3 times. And that's not the entire book of Acts, at Acts 1 through 12, 3 times during the time frame of the course. And I'd ask you to take out and look at your reading schedule. It simply says at the top, reading schedule for Acts Part 1. You'll find that every single week I have assigned 20 pages out of Brother Swaggart's commentary. This is based on about 15 weeks, and we do 20 pages per week. Now, every week we will have a check on the reading that works as a homework grade for you. We haven't determined yet this semester exactly how we'll check the reading, but every single week We will check the reading. You'll turn in a report one way or the other, either online or right here in class, and we'll decide that as we go. And we'll check to see if you've read those 20 pages. Your grading will be real simple. If you didn't read it, you're going to get a 50 for that week. If you did read it, you're going to get 100. I don't give zeros for these reading assignments because it's too hard to make up. But if you did read, then you get 100. Now, the next week, you have to catch up. For instance, pages 1 through 20 is due on a week from the day we start. So 9/3 of this year, September 3rd, the first 20 pages of the Swaggart text will be due. And in your reading assignment, and in your reading schedule rather, you can see the page number and the correlating date. For 9:10, you need to be at page 40. For 9:17, you need to be at page 60. For 9:24, you need to be at page 80. Now, your read through of Acts 1 through 12 is going to correlate with your exams. In other words, when I ask you to read through one time, just to sit through Acts 1 through 12, you'll be responsible for doing that, but it'll be approximately about the 24th of September that read through needs to be done, and you'll be able to say yes to it about on or near the time of the first exam. It's a guess, but that gives you a pretty good clue as to when it gets done. I'm going to ask that the second read through in your reading schedule be done with the Expositor Study Bible and notes. And thirdly, the last read through will be required to be accomplished by the time we finish the course in December. So the entire reading schedule is there. Your read throughs will be checked on your exams. Your weekly reading is required each and every week since we start class on Wednesday. Every Wednesday when we come in, the first thing that I'll do is check on your reading, see whether or not you have accomplished it. And again, we'll discover as a class exactly how we're going to accumulate that information from you, either online or by turning in a sheet. Number two, not only will you be responsible for reading, but you're going to have to do a background assignment. Now, rather than reinvent the wheel and give the information on the background assignment, I've already given a background assignment video, or done a background assignment video some time ago. It's generic, but the background information assignment is the same no matter what book of the Bible that you're dealing with. So you should have the information, both front and back, of what your questions are regarding the book of Acts, the information that's required for you, and the assignment information that's required of you. And as well, on the back, you have an example of what it should look like when that assignment is done. This particular assignment will be due on Friday, September 5th. Friday, September 5th. So you're going to have to get rolling on this right away. So on your syllabus, you will find a web address, a URL by which you can simply copy and post into your browser. And then just as you're watching this video, you can watch the explanation of the background information assignment. But you need to get on that right away simply because it's going to be due about a week and a half after the class starts. It's your first major assignment for this class of the semester. And you can go to YouTube and simply plug in background information, WEBC&S. All of this is right here on your syllabus, both the URL and the keyword for your background assignment. So rather than spend more time there, we'll allow you to look at that online and cover as you would and as you desire the background assignment. Letter C, we get to the outline here. The outline is a chapter by chapter outline, and again, for every single book of the Bible that I teach and that the professors teach here, we will be requiring an outline of that book. It is a chapter by chapter outline requiring at least 3 divisions in every page. rather than reinvent the wheel each time that we do the syllabus, some time ago we already did a video, or actually taped a video for you, and it, like the background information, is on YouTube, and the URL for that assignment is listed in your syllabus. The keyword, as you go to YouTube, if it doesn't work for you to plug in the URL, is WEBC Outline Instructions. And all of this is given to you in the syllabus. So this assignment will be due 9/12/14, September 12th, and you'll want to go over this material and learn it. As a freshman, for the next year, next 2 years, you're going to do this assignment and the background assignment or something equivalent to it again and again and again and again, because we want you to know the book of the Bible that you're studying. And it's also a methodology that will aid you in understanding how to study the Bible in your third and fourth year as you go into preaching class. So you should have your information concerning chapter by chapter outlines sheet, and you can go to the outline assignment on YouTube and follow up on that material. You're going to have to take notes in this class. There's no way for you to just sit in class and envelop everything, and every professor is a little bit different. So you'll learn how the professor is emphasizing things. Myself, if I know I'm going to have this on a test or what have you, I'm going to tell you, make sure you have this. And so you'll learn your professors, but note-taking is a must. If you sit in class and try to digest all that information and never write anything down, I promise when it comes time for study guides and exams, it's going to be very difficult on you. So let's not do that. Let's be a note taker. Whether you take notes on a computer, by hand, iPad, that's entirely up to you. I probably will not ask you for your notes, but yet your notes will be important. In letter E, you'll see that we have study guides, and this is again why the notes are so important. After we finish a section, a paragraph or a section, I'll give you a study guide on that section. And that section then will be, you'll go back over your notes to answer the questions that we ask. Now, some questions you'll be able to answer it just from the paragraph that we're studying. For instance, if our first paragraph entailed the first 5 verses of Acts, and I said, now here, take your notes on the first 5 verses of Acts and complete this study guide, you'd know where to go. Some questions won't be necessarily from teaching on the study guides. Some of those study guides will actually be taken right from the text. You might need to fill in the verse. So again, importance that you are studying with me with the King James Version, because I may ask for a specific word in that regard from the King James Version, and take good notes in class. So the study guides will again cover a specific section of text. I've put essays and summaries into the syllabus just for the purpose of this. There may come a time as we travel through the course that I want you to learn a certain subject, or we feel that the Holy Spirit has emphasized a certain subject for us as we travel through the text. And then I'll simply assign information or a essay or a short summary of a particular subject. Say I want you to talk about the evidence of speaking with other tongues. Why is that? What is the evidence of the baptism? Is it speaking with other tongues? If I wanted you to write a small dissertation, essay, or summary on that information, I would assign it in class. Most of the time we'll be doing the study guides, and that we'll get into a routine of that, and I think that you'll find that that's quite profitable for you. Our exams will come from the study guides by and large, not everything, but for the most part your exams will equal your study guides. So do a good job on the study guides. When we finish this section, I'll make the study guides available to you either online or in printed form here in class, and we will accomplish that particular responsibility in that fashion. The last thing here that we're going to cover is exams. You have 3 exams scheduled in the book of Acts. We'll probably go in this capacity. Chapters 1 through 4 have an exam. Chapters 5 through 8 have an exam. Chapters 9 through 12 and have another exam. My grading procedures are real simple. All homework is given a 40% percentile of your grade for the course, and exams are given a 60% percentile. I do hold the right to add or subtract points all the way up to a full grade level based on your participation, attitude, spirit in the class. Sometimes a student is just right on the cusp, right on the edge of, say, instead of a B+, they're on an A-, or from an A- to an A. I can take them up or I can take them down based upon my evaluation of their participation and attitude and spirit in the class. So the only time that would be an issue is when you're a problem. If you're a good student, you're here in class every single day, doing what you need to do, well, be sure then that we know that it's not going to take you down. It would probably take you up. There are around the Bible College and in several places handouts that we've already given in regard to attendance policies. The book of Acts is a 3-day-a-week course. And so you will judge absentees and problems with absences based on a 3 times a week course. Student responsibility, I do require that you hand in everything on time. If I have a due date of Wednesday morning, well, if it comes at the end of Wednesday's class, it's late. If anything is late, then I drop it automatically, 10 points, and that's the result of being late. However, don't fail to complete the assignment and turn it in. I'll give you up to a week, 7 more days to complete the assignment and get it in. Now, being docked 10 points isn't fun, but it's a whole lot better than getting a 0, a goose egg. And that really wreaks havoc on a person's percentile and their grade. So if you have a problem getting an assignment in, I understand that. That's why we allow it to be at least, or we'll let you recover up to a week. There's no excuse that I can see or that I can understand or feel that would take you beyond a week, beyond the required date. I just don't see how you could not get that done if you were of a mind to. So we let you go at least a week. You have my the phone number on the syllabus, at least how I can be reached through the Bible College here, and you have my email at jsm.org listed here. So if you need to contact me, that is an easy way to do so. As well, you'll have information regarding Jacoby and perhaps other learning management systems that will aid you in addressing me this semester. So that's our syllabus for Acts Part 1. And again, if you need to view this video, it's here. It'll be here all semester long. You can double check due dates, double check how to do things. But if you have the 4 handouts and you've watched this video, then we feel that you're equipped for our class, and looking forward to a great class in the book of Acts Part 1. Thank you.